Hey guys, welcome to Live, Love, Life, and Travel. This is your girl Shamika, and today I wanted to give a little advice when it comes to hair care and traveling, especially for my brown skin sisters, my natural hair sisters, but also anybody of any other race who wants to travel the world but don't want to keep putting chemicals and heat in their hair and just want to wear it in a natural way. I also have advice for you too, so just stay tuned. So basically, a lot of people ask me all the time, like, how do you take care of your hair? Where do you get your hair from? Can you get hair in Thailand? And the answer is really no, not really, not that I've seen. No, I usually say that there's a place in Bangkok that has the African community, and they may have a place that, or they may know, or they may sell hair themselves, but I've never actually been there myself. I've never asked them myself, so I don't know that for sure. I just assume it because I see them wearing their hair in braids, and they might either have the hair sent over, or maybe they braid hair, or maybe they have a shop somewhere in Bangkok that has hair. If I ever find that out for sure, I will definitely let you guys know, because people ask me that all the time, and I'm like, I haven't seen it anywhere. There's definitely nowhere in Chiang Mai that has hair, nowhere in Southeast Asia. Like, it's just, don't think you're gonna run across like a freaking Sally's Beauty Supply here, because you're not. There's one place here in Chiang Mai that do cornrows, but it's like 1,700 baht to get the cornrows, and I asked him where he got his hair from, and he said he has it mailed in. And so you can always go to the hair shop and then ask him to give him the hair that you have. It'll be cheaper for you just to order it online yourself. This is my advice. If you're coming over here and you're going to be traveling for an extended period of time and you want to wear your hair in braids, then I would advise you to just bring the extra hair with you. Like, don't be ashamed of it. Like, literally, like have, like, you can get one of those like makeup bags and just fold up and pack it with hair, or just have a whole section of your suitcase or your bag like dedicated to hair or whatever. I know that's like weird to travel with hair, but if you don't want to have to go through the trouble of actually having it mailed to you, then that's like the best thing that I can say. Like, before you come over, at least bring enough hair with you for just a few months or whatever, and just kind of wear the braids you have just a little bit longer than you probably would like back at home. Like, this is like 5 months of hair, and if you can see it, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. Like, you probably can't see because this camera is horrible, but like the new growth, like, I don't want to be showing you this, but yeah. So yeah, you just wear it in a little bit longer than you naturally would. Other than bringing it with you, the other thing that you can do is just have it mailed to you or sent to you, and the best place I say you can get that is AliExpress. AliExpress has some good hair. I didn't get this hair I got the blue from AliExpress. The blue you see in my hair, I got this from AliExpress. And so they sell all types of hair on AliExpress. They sell Marley hair, they sell synthetic hair, they sell crochet hair. The Marley hair, the natural looking hair, is more expensive, and sometimes you have to buy it in bulk. But still, it's still cheaper, and it's cheaper to buy it from AliExpress than like Amazon or eBay, because there's not a lot of places on Amazon and eBay that will send or mail stuff to Thailand. And if you do find it, it's like you don't have a lot of selections, and it's like the worst of the worst quality. And then just to have it mailed to you, you're gonna have to pay double the amount that the hair actually costs. So AliExpress is the best place to do it, because a lot of times you can get free shipping or really cheap shipping, and the hair is still good quality and it's pretty inexpensive. Or if you buy like Marley hair or whatever, it might just be just as much as you would pay for it back at home, but the shipping cost is really cheap and they ship to Thailand. So AliExpress is basically the other place if you're not going to send the hair, if you're not going to bring the hair with you. When it comes to braids, my advice is to do smaller braids, because smaller braids age better than the larger braids. Like, I've seen some girls walking around with their thick ass like Janet Jackson 1990 dookie braids in her hair, and it's super synthetic and super straight, and so they have all this new growth with this thick ass braid hanging from the tips of their hair. It's not a good look. So I would say go with smaller braids, because they just age better. They look better on your hair. Even when you start to have new growth, they still look better. Also, when it comes to braids, I would say go for Marley hair, or hair that matches your hair texture, because again, it just ages better. When you have a lot of new growth and you have a super straight, like this is synthetic, the blue, but it's in the back of my head, so you can't really see it. But when you have a lot of new growth and you have this super straight, super shiny, super silky looking braid hanging from it, it just looks really off. It's two completely opposite textures and it just looks really bad, especially when you have a lot of new growth. It doesn't age very well, so I would say go with marley hair or go with hair that matches your natural hair texture. So it just age better. So smaller braids and natural or marley hair or whatever matches your texture hair, I would say go with that because it just ages a lot better. A lot of people just think that this is my hair, especially the locals, and then they're really like disappointed when I say that it's not my hair. They're like, oh my god, your hair is so beautiful, is that all your hair? And I'm like, no. And they're like, oh. Some guy even asked me why. He was like, oh, why? And I'm like, what do you mean why? Anyway, I've even had other people from other countries that not just the locals think that these are just dreads or something, which I guess in one way that means they look old, but people just assume that it's my hair because it just aged better, it blends in better. So I would say go with that type of hair. Honestly, if you're going to be traveling for a while, like I wouldn't go with the perming your hair. I wouldn't go with big tracks and stuff like that. Because you're going to have to constantly keep that up. You're going to have to constantly put heat in your hair. I don't recommend traveling with your perm kits. You're gonna have to constantly be touching up your roots. Like I've seen girls with the tracks and then their hair not matching. It just doesn't look good. And I mean, looks isn't everything, but you want to still be comfortable and feel comfortable when you're traveling. And so if you're a girl who like, I love my tracks and I can't help it, I love my perms, like I would say don't do it. Go with braids. Like unless you're gonna be here for a short period of time, or unless you're gonna be wearing wigs like lace front wigs where you just cover your whole head, then that's fine. But if you're gonna go with tracks where you have some of your hair covered, something you have to constantly put heat to and constantly put chemicals in, I would say stay away from that. Like it's too hot here to be like you're gonna be straightening your hair constantly. It's too hot, you get sweaty all the time. Or if you're not wearing tracks and you're just wearing your natural, not your natural hair, but your hair out, but it's permed, I would still go with braids because like I said, they're not gonna be able to perm your hair. They're not gonna be able to do your touch-ups or anything like that. So if you don't want to walk around looking like a hot mess, I would say stay away from the perm, stay away from the tracks and all that stuff. Don't be trying to walk around looking like Beyonce unless you're going to be here for a short period of time. Or you can go with cornrows, or you can take them in and out. Another thing that I think is really good is crochet hair. I think that's really, really good too. A good way to actually wear your hair when you're traveling for a while. Especially in a country that's really hot and humid all the time, because like you keep your hair in braids, you don't have to have heat to it, you don't have to add chemicals. But if you don't want to really go with the braid look, you can put the crochet hair and go with like the big curly look or the straight look, and if you put heat in it or whatever, it's not damaging your hair, something that you can keep up. And a good thing also about marley hair is that like one of the ways that I actually do keep my hair up is that I would actually just take out like 3 layers in the front, and then I would just take out the hair, and then I would just use the same hair I took out and put it back in, basically. And it looks like I just got a new fresh braids, unless you're like tall and you stand over me. You can see that my hair is kind of aged. And I like marley hair because of that, because like I can literally just like pick at the bottom, like unravel the bottom and just like pull it, and the whole thing comes off like loose because it's just twisted, it's not braided. And yeah, you'll lose some of the hair, but marley hair is really good, especially if you buy a good quality brand, that you can actually just reuse the hair. And when I wash my hair, I wash my top and I wash all my braids, so the hair that I'm putting back in is clean. And yes, you lose some of the hair, but you know, I can re-braid my hair, the front of my hair a couple of times before I'm like, okay, now I have to just get all new hair. So with crochet hair, I feel like you can do the same thing. If you buy a good brand, you can just take that hair out, re-braid your hair, wash your hair, condition your hair, and put it back in. And this is, again, for girls who want to travel for long, extended periods of time. So that's my advice for that. And girls who are lighter complexion or who have straighter hair, I've seen a lot of Caucasian girls, white girls, Asian girls who get their hair in dreads also. And I know some black people have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Like I've seen a lot of beautiful black women, a lot of beautiful white women, a lot of beautiful Asian women wear their hair in dreads since I've been traveling. And so if you are someone who is not black or still want to wear their hair naturally, but you don't know how to do your hair in dreads, if you go to Bangkok, there's a lot of people there that can dread your hair, and they actually do a really good job dreading hair, not braiding hair. I think their braids, the quality of the hair that they use for braids is just not good. They don't do a very good job in braiding just single braids, but dreading hair, they actually do a really good job in dreading hair in whatever color of skin or hair texture you have. And they'll use your own hair and they'll use fake hair, and I don't know how they do it, but it looks like you just grew dreads out of your hair, and they do a really good job. And if you don't leave it in there for a long extended period of time, it's something that you can probably take back out of your hair, but you can also keep it in if you want to get your hair to actually dread up, if you want just like a starter kit. So that's another way. If you want to wear your hair natural and your hair doesn't naturally course up that way, then there are a lot of places in Bangkok on Koh San Road that will dread your hair for you for a really cheap price. So that is it. That is my advice for wearing your hair and hair care when you're traveling to Thailand. Looks isn't everything. Like, I don't wear a lot of makeup, I don't wear a lot of fancy clothes when I'm traveling, but I still want to feel comfortable in my own skin, and that is making sure my hair looks decent and make sure my skin is on point. I'll do another one on skincare. So if you have any comments or questions, please put it down below. Like, if you have been to Bangkok and you do know, or anywhere in Southeast Asia or Thailand, you do know where a place where people can go buy hair, let us know, because I have been looking and I can't find it. If you have any questions about hair care, if you have any advice about hair care and traveling, please put it below. If you want to like this video, please like it. If you want to share this video, please share it, guys. It really helps me. And if you want to continue to follow my journey on this crazy game called life, please subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you from Live, Love, Life, and Travel.
Happiness hit her like